Have you ever felt stuck trying to figure out what to eat when you have diabetes, especially as we get older? You want something healthy, something quick, and most importantly, something that tastes good? I get it because cooking can feel overwhelming when you have to watch your blood sugar, count carbs, and still make sure your meal actually satisfies you. Well, today I'm going to show you how to make meals that are not just quick, but smart, nourishing, and absolutely doable even on your busiest days. And the best part, each of these meals can be ready in about 10 minutes. Yes, 10 minutes. That's all it takes to have a healthy, diabetes friendly meal on your table. Now, before we dive in, I want you to take a deep breath and let go of the stress around cooking. I know it feels like you need a full kitchen, a ton of ingredients, and hours to prepare something healthy. But I promise, that's not true. What I'm going to share today is simple, practical, and focused on meals that stabilize blood sugar while keeping you energized. We're talking about meals that are high in protein, fiber, and healthy fats, with the right amount of carbohydrates that won't send your blood sugar skyrocketing. Let's start with breakfast, because honestly, breakfast sets the tone for your entire day. One of my favorite go-to meals is a scrambled egg with spinach and tomatoes. It sounds simple, but it's packed with protein and nutrients. Here's what I do. I take a couple of eggs, whisk them lightly, and pour them into a non-stick pan. Then I toss in some fresh spinach and a few cherry tomatoes. You can even sprinkle a little bit of feta cheese if you like. Within 10 minutes, you have a colorful, filling breakfast that keeps you full until lunch without spiking your blood sugar. You can pair it with a small slice of whole grain toast or half an avocado for healthy fats. Breakfast like this isn't just easy, it's a meal that actually helps your body manage diabetes better. If eggs aren't your thing, don't worry because there are other options. A Greek yogurt parfait is another quick favorite. Take a small bowl of plain Greek yogurt, add a handful of berries like blueberries or strawberries, sprinkle in some chia seeds or flax seeds, and you're done. You've got protein from the yogurt, antioxidants from the berries, and fiber from the seeds. And if you're worried about sugar, make sure you use plain yogurt and fresh or frozen berries rather than anything with added sugar. 10 minutes and you've got a breakfast that's both delicious and balanced. Moving on to lunch, I know many of you struggle with finding something satisfying without spending hours in the kitchen. One of my top recommendations is a tuna salad wrap. Here's the trick. Take a can of tuna packed in water, drain it, and mix it with a little bit of Greek yogurt instead of mayo to keep it lighter. Add some diced cucumber, bell peppers, and a squeeze of lemon juice. Then wrap it all up in a whole grain or low-carb tortilla. You can have a complete protein-rich meal ready in under 10 minutes. And the best part, it's versatile. You can swap tuna for chicken, turkey, or even chickpeas if you want a vegetarian option. It's a meal that keeps your blood sugar steady while giving you energy for the afternoon. Now, for those of you who love salads but think they're boring or not filling enough, I've got a trick for you. You can make a hearty quinoa salad that's ready in about 10 minutes if you plan ahead. Use pre-cooked quinoa, which you can find in most grocery stores, and mix it with chopped cucumbers, cherry tomatoes, bell peppers, and some cooked chicken or shrimp. Toss it with a little olive oil, lemon juice, and some herbs like parsley or basil. You've got a meal that's colorful, full of fiber and protein, and will keep you satisfied without spiking your blood sugar. Plus, the flavors get even better if you let it sit for a few minutes. So it's perfect for meal prepping too. Now, let's talk snacks because snacks are just as important as meals when you're managing diabetes. You want snacks that are quick, healthy, and won't sabotage your blood sugar. One of my favorite go-tos is a small handful of nuts with a few slices of apple or pear. The nuts provide protein and healthy fats, and the fruit gives you natural sweetness and fiber. Another quick option is cottage cheese with a few slices of cucumber or a small sprinkle of berries. These snacks are simple, satisfying, and only take a couple of minutes to prepare. For dinner, I know many of us think, oh, it's too late, I don't have time to cook a healthy meal. But here's the thing, you really can have a delicious, diabetes-friendly dinner on the table in 10 minutes. One of my favorites is a quick stir fry. Use pre-cut vegetables like broccoli, bell peppers, and snap peas. Heat a little olive oil in a pan, toss in your favorite protein, like shrimp, chicken, or tofu, and stir-fry everything together with garlic, ginger, and a splash of low-sodium soy sauce. Serve it over a small portion of brown rice or cauliflower rice, and you've got a balanced, colorful, and incredibly flavorful dinner that supports healthy blood sugar levels. Another easy dinner option is a baked salmon with a side of microwaved vegetables. You can use salmon fillets that are already seasoned or add your own seasoning with olive oil, lemon, and herbs. Pop it in the oven or air fryer for about 10 minutes while you steam or microwave some broccoli or green beans. In 10 minutes, you have a meal that's packed with omega-3 fatty acids, protein, and fiber, all of which are excellent for managing diabetes and supporting heart health. I also want to talk about hydration because it's often overlooked. Drinking water throughout the day is crucial for everyone, but especially for older adults with diabetes. Dehydration can make blood sugar levels harder to control and can leave you feeling fatigued. If you find plain water boring, try infusing it with slices of lemon, cucumber, or berries. Herbal teas are another great option. Keeping hydrated will not only help your energy levels, but also support digestion and overall well being. Let's not forget breakfast for dinner moments, which can be a lifesaver on busy nights. An omelet with leftover vegetables, or even a quick smoothie made with unsweetened almond milk. A scoop of protein powder, spinach, and a small handful of berries can be ready in less than 10 minutes. Smoothies are especially handy if you're short on time, but need something nutritious and filling. Just make sure to keep an eye on the fruit portions so your blood sugar stays stable. One thing I always emphasize is planning ahead. You don't need to have elaborate meal prep sessions, but keeping a few staples on hand, like canned tuna, pre-cooked quinoa, frozen vegetables, eggs, Greek yogurt, and whole grain wraps makes it so much easier to throw together a meal in 10 minutes. It's about setting yourself up for success so that eating healthy doesn't feel like a chore or take over your day. Now, you might be thinking, but what about dessert? I have a sweet tooth. The good news is you can have desserts that satisfy cravings without spiking blood sugar. One of my favorites is a small bowl of Greek yogurt with a sprinkle of cinnamon and a few berries. Or you can try dark chocolate. Just a small piece with nuts or berries can be incredibly satisfying. It's all about moderation and choosing options that support your blood sugar goals rather than work against them. I also want to share a tip for making meals feel more special, even when they're quick and simple. Presentation matters, and when your meals look appealing, you're more likely to enjoy them. Use colorful vegetables, fresh herbs, and thoughtful plating. It may seem small, but these little touches can make a huge difference in how satisfying your meal feels. Finally, remember that cooking and eating healthy isn't about perfection. It's about consistency. 10-minute meals are a fantastic way to stay on track without feeling overwhelmed. They give you control over what goes into your body, help manage blood sugar, and keep you energized throughout the day. Start with 1 or 2 meals a day, and gradually, you'll find yourself creating a variety of quick, nutritious dishes that you genuinely enjoy. So today, I want you to take action. Look at your pantry and fridge. Pick one of these meals I shared, and commit to making it tomorrow. You'll be surprised at how easy it is to fit healthy eating into your routine, even with diabetes and a busy schedule. Remember, it's not about spending hours in the kitchen. It's about making smart, delicious choices that nourish your body and support your health. If you try one of these 10-minute meals, come back and tell me how it went. I love hearing your feedback and sharing tips that make healthy living simple and enjoyable. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell because we're going to keep sharing more quick, practical meals and health tips designed just for you. Eating healthy with diabetes doesn't have to be complicated, and it doesn't have to take hours. With a little planning, the right ingredients, and these simple 10-minute meal ideas, you can enjoy tasty, nourishing food that keeps your blood sugar steady and your energy high. You've got this, and I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Now go ahead, pick your favorite meal from today's video, and get started. Your health is worth those 10 minutes, and I promise you'll feel the difference. You know, one of the biggest misconceptions about eating well with diabetes, especially as we get older, is that it has to be complicated or time-consuming. People often think that managing blood sugar means spending hours in the kitchen chopping vegetables, measuring ingredients, and following strict recipes, but that's not the case at all. In reality, quick, balanced meals are not only possible, they can actually be really enjoyable and satisfying. It's all about focusing on a few key principles, like combining protein, fiber, and healthy fats in every meal. These components work together to keep your blood sugar steady and your energy consistent throughout the day. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. Sometimes the simplest combinations are the most effective. For example, a scrambled egg with spinach and a few cherry tomatoes. Takes less than 10 minutes to make, but it gives you high-quality protein, vitamins, minerals, and fiber that help your body process glucose better. Pair it with a small slice of whole grain toast or half an avocado, And you've got a meal that's balanced, filling, and absolutely delicious. Even something like a Greek yogurt parfait with fresh berries and chia seeds takes just a few minutes, yet it's loaded with protein, antioxidants, ND fiber that keep you feeling full without spiking your blood sugar. These are the kinds of meals that show you don't need complicated recipes to eat smart. The key is to think in terms of nutrient balance rather than restriction. When you plan your meals around protein, fiber, and healthy fats, you naturally create dishes that are both diabetes friendly and satisfying. Lunches and dinners can follow the same approach. A tuna salad wrap or a quick chicken and vegetable stir fry can be ready in under 10 minutes, and they provide exactly what your body needs without any extra fuss. You don't have to spend hours washing, chopping, or cooking. Instead, you can use pre-cut vegetables, canned proteins, and whole grain wraps or pre-cooked grains. These small shortcuts make it possible to eat well, even on your busiest days, and they take the stress out of mealtime. Snacks are just as important, and keeping a few quick, healthy options on hand can prevent blood sugar spikes and crashes. A handful of nuts with apple slices or some cottage cheese with cucumber is a perfect combination of protein, healthy fat, and fiber that keeps you energized until your next meal. It's really about finding meals and snacks that are easy to prepare but still nourishing. 10 minutes is all it takes to create something that's balanced, filling, and enjoyable. When you start focusing on quick, practical meals that include protein, fiber, and healthy fats, you realize that managing diabetes through diet doesn't have to be overwhelming or restrictive. You can still enjoy tasty meals, maintain stable blood sugar, and feel confident that you're giving your body what it needs every single day. One of the most important things when it comes to eating well with diabetes as we get older is planning ahead and keeping things practical. It doesn't mean you need to spend hours meal prepping every week or follow complicated diets. What it really means is setting yourself up for success so that making healthy choices becomes easy and automatic, even on your busiest days. Keeping a few staples on hand, like pre-cooked grains, frozen vegetables, canned tuna eggs, and Greek yogurt can completely change the way you approach mealtime. These ingredients are versatile, so you can mix and match them to create a variety of quick, balanced meals in just 10 minutes. For instance, pre-cooked quinoa can become a base for a hearty salad with chicken and colorful vegetables, or a quick stir-fry with shrimp and broccoli. Right? Frozen vegetables save time without sacrificing nutrition, and they can be added straight to a pan, tossed into a wrap, or even microwaved for a fast side dish. Having these ingredients ready means you don't have to think too hard or spend extra time deciding what to cook, which makes it easier to stay consistent with healthy eating habits. Another practical tip is to focus on simple combinations that are nutrient dense. Pairing protein with fiber and healthy fats ensures your meals keep you full, maintain stable blood sugar, and give you sustained energy throughout the day. It's not about perfection, it's about consistency. Even quick meals like a tuna salad wrap, a Greek yogurt parfait, or a small omelet with leftover vegetables can provide exactly what your body needs when you approach them with the right balance in mind. Planning also helps with portion control, which is another key factor for managing diabetes. When you have your ingredients prepped or your meals thought out in advance, you're less likely to overeat or grab something that spikes your blood sugar. It's a way to take control without feeling restricted. Another benefit of keeping things practical is reducing stress around mealtime. When you know you have a handful of staples and a few go-to recipes, cooking becomes something you enjoy rather than a chore. You can experiment with flavors and textures, swap proteins, or add herbs and spices to keep meals exciting. It also helps you make better choices when unexpected situations arise, like a busy day, visiting family, or feeling tired. You always have a plan B that's fast, healthy, and satisfying. Using these practical strategies consistently over time can completely change the way you approach eating with diabetes. You'll feel more confident, less stressed, and more in control of your health. And the best part is that it doesn't take much time at all. 10-minute meals, prepped ingredients, and smart combinations of protein, fiber, and healthy fats make it easy to eat well every day without feeling deprived or overwhelmed. By focusing on planning and practical tips, you create a system that supports your health and allows you to enjoy your meals without worry, making healthy eating a sustainable part of your daily routine.